give them something to drink. To the cliffs!
John 11. Now a certain man was sick, named Lazarus of Bethany, the town of Mary and her sister Martha. It was that Mary which anointed the Lord with ointment, and wiped his feet with her hair, whose brother Lazarus was sick. Therefore his sisters said unto him, saying, Lord, behold, he whom thou lovest is sick. When Jesus heard that, he said, This sickness is not unto death, but for the glory of God, that the Son of God might be glorified thereby. Now Jesus loved Martha and her sister, and Lazarus. When he had heard therefore that he was sick, he abode 2 days still in the same place where he was. Then after that saith he to his disciples, Let us go into Judea again. His disciples say unto him, Master, the Jews of late sought to stone thee, and goest thou thither again? Jesus answered, Are there not 12 hours in the day? If any man walk in the day, he stumbleth not, because he seeth the light of this world. But if a man walk in the night, he stumbleth, because there is no light in him. These things said he, and after that he saith unto them, Our friend Lazarus sleepeth, but I go, that I may awake him out of sleep. Then said his disciples, Lord, if he sleep, he shall do well. Howbeit Jesus spake of his death, but they thought that he had spoken of taking of rest and sleep. Then said Jesus unto them plainly, Lazarus is dead, and I'm glad for your sakes that I was not there, to the intent ye may believe. Nevertheless, let us go unto him. Then said Thomas, which is called Didymus, unto his fellow disciples, Let us also go, that we may die with him. Then when Jesus came, he found that he had lain in the grave 4 days already. Now Bethany was nigh unto Jerusalem, about 15 furlongs off. And many of the Jews came to Martha and Mary, to comfort them concerning their brother. Then Martha, as soon as she heard that Jesus was coming, went and met him, but Mary sat still in the house. Then said Martha unto Jesus, Lord, if thou hadst been here, my brother had not died. But I know that even now, whatsoever thou wilt ask of God, God will give it thee. Jesus saith unto her, Thy brother shall rise again. Martha saith unto him, I know that he shall rise again in the resurrection at the last day. Jesus said unto her, I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live.
Hey, Shalom. All praises to Yahawashi, Yahawashi, Bashem, Rakakwadash. Much honors to you brothers out there teaching this word in the spirit. And what I wanted to go into was John 11. Because when the Lord was doing his miracle, he wasn't praised for doing miracles like that. I mean, some believed and some didn't. But the Lord wasn't was looking to get any honor being praised. You see what I'm saying? But after this particular time where he brought Lazarus back to death, you know, they sought to take his life and Lazarus' life, because by them believing Lazarus that was dead, a lot of people would turn to the Lord and actually believe the Lord. So these are the type of things that the Lord was going through, you see. So this is John chapter 11. I'm going to get down to the point. But right where he said that he was the resurrection and the life, he that believeth on me, though he were dead, yet he shall live. So you have to believe on Yahawashi. You see, and that's part of the agreement. That's part of the agreement, and that is the covenant with his disciples. All through John, pretty much, he mentions the covenant and the agreement, like very intricately, very deeply. He mentions the covenant and the agreement with his disciples, and how that he's in him and the Father is in him, and that if you're of him, you're going to be of him. But the key thing is to believe in him. So we don't want to deny the Lord in any type of way. So if the Lord said this was the bread, he was the life. So guess what? We have to believe on the bread, and he is a life, and we have started that new covenant. And it's just not something carnal like guys want your body to change. Oh, now you believe in Yahawashi. When the other part about it is a lot of guys, they don't even believe on Yahawashi right now. So they got to get like a carnal sign so they could be like, oh yeah, we agree with Yahawashi. You see how backwards our people are. But that's just meant for you guys that's denying the Lord and saying you don't agree with him right now. Well, that means that your bodies won't be changed, because your body's just not going to change. There had to be a process where you went without seeing your body getting changed. You have to be in a process where you actually believe without the Lord having to change your bodies, you see. But we understand that this is a cunningly devised plan to get guys to not believe on Yahawashi. And the guys that's teaching this word, the ones that's on high, they're in the spirit where they're in the spirit of the wicked scribes and the Pharisees. That's what spirit they're in. So they denied the Lord. They didn't know that the Lord came when he came. They was denying him then. You see, they said, hey, they didn't even believe on the Lord, even though they said they was Abraham's seed. But the Lord told them that they're their father, the devil. So just like then, they denied the Lord when he came on the planet. So just like now, his spirit that's here, his true spirit is going to be denied. And that's what the gospel show you. The gospel show you that the Lord was rejected, denied, despised. Even though he did miracles and he was of the spirit, men still denied and rejected him. So now going back to the story of Lazarus, I'm going to read this. I'm going to read this real quick. John 11:4. Let me read this real quick. John 11:3. Therefore his sister sent out him, saying, Lord, behold, he whom thou lovest is sick. And when Yahawashi heard it, he said, this sickness is not unto death, but for the glory of the Most High, that the Son of Man might be glorified thereby. Right. So certain times, as I said in the last sit down, certain times when the Lord came on the scene and when he had to heal, when he had to do certain things, this was to glorify the Lord, to let you know that the Lord was actually dealing with him. So this was like this was a sign for the believers to believe on who the Lord sent, because he was doing those miracles. So certain things that the men of the Lord are going to do is going to let you know that they're of the Lord, and not everybody else is going to agree. You got to understand that everybody, they denied the Lord. You see, they denied him. They gave him up. You see. So now I want to jump down to 25. Now, John chapter 11, verse 23, I'm going to read this a little bit. So you have to understand what the Lord was going through. He wasn't like being praised. This city that he was in now, he was on the run from another city that wanted his life. So they didn't walk openly there. So now he's in another city and he's doing miracles again. And now the little attention comes on him, because now Lazarus, Salakia, the one that he loved, they tell him that he's dead. Now this is John 14 and 11 and 14. And Yahawashi said unto them plainly, Lazarus is dead. And I am glad for your sake that I was not there, to the intent ye may believe. Nevertheless, let us go unto him. So a lot of these acts were doing so the believers could believe. Like they would see them and they would understand, well, hey, the Lord must be in this man. And that's what brought a division. See, it was so many divisions and things that was happening as the Lord was on the scene. So the same guys that denied the Lord and they tried to destroy the Lord, they're back today. And they're denying the Lord. They're not glorifying the Lord. They're glorifying themselves. And that's the same thing that the scribes and the Pharisees did. Yeah, they were sitting up high, but because they were sitting on high, they wasn't able to actually heal guys. And so like now, guys are not actually able to heal guys. They're actually killing men slowly. Now, John 11:23, Yahawashi said unto her, thy brother shall rise again. And Martha said unto him, I know that he shall rise again in the resurrection at the last day. Now check this out. And Yahawashi said unto her, I am the resurrection and the life, and he that believeth on me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. Now there's another agreement. And you have to understand, at this point, Yahawashi, he was healing, but he was still cussing the scribes and the Pharisees out. They were denying him, and they wanted his life by this time because of the miracles and the things that he were doing. So he was going from city to city. But the Lord said, he that believeth on me, though he were dead, yet he shall live. Right? So a lot of guys that don't believe on Yahawashi, they're not really living in the word. They're not in the spirit because they don't believe in Yahawashi. To say you're not in agreement or in a covenant with Yahawashi, that means that you don't agree with Yahawashi and you're not of the Lord. Now, according to John 17, the Lord is not dealing with everybody in that agreement. But we know, according to the New Testament and the New Covenant, that right now, only the elect are going to be saved, 144,000. You see, and then the 1/3 or whatever. So you got to understand that everybody's not going to be in agreement in the covenant. Now, these groups and guys saying they're not in the covenant, actually, they're not in the covenant with the Lord because they're not teaching like the Lord. They're not glorifying the Lord. They're not doing the things the Lord would do. They're not. If you're highly esteemed, you're not moving like the Lord. If you're teaching Esau, you're not glorifying the Lord. If you're over-essentially teaching Esau and the shit of this world, then you're not glorifying the Lord and why he came. If guys are steady going into the beast and then the NATO, the EU, and they're not going to Yahawashi, then you're not glorifying Yahawashi. So definitely you're not in agreement with them. You got to understand that. So guys that say they're not in the covenant with them, yeah, let them be not in the covenant. But as for us in our house, we're going to serve the Lord, and we're total in agreement. We're in the new covenant with Yahawashi. And this is of faith right now. Now, that's because the Lord just said, John 11:25, Yahawashi said unto her, I am the resurrection and life. You see that? He that believeth on me, though he were dead, yet shall he have life. Yet shall he live. Shalakia. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. Believest thou this? You see that? The Lord was letting them know that I am the resurrection. I did come back. I'm here now. And whoever really believes on me, them the ones are going to be able to have life. So if you really don't believe in Yahawashi, you're not going to have life. Not even right now. You're not really living unless you're glorifying the Lord or walking or eating his bread like as he did. So that's what we're explaining, guys. If you're not walking the way the Lord did, glorifying him, then you're not of the Lord. So of course guys are not in the covenant with him because they're not even moving like the Lord. They're teaching Esau. And the Lord didn't teach that. Even though, yeah, you will mention Esau and you will bring out certain things that's happening according to prophecy. But the main thing is Yahawashi and the gospel. So guys are not teaching that. They're not teaching that. They might say Yahawashi is the man, but actually, are you really moving like Yahawashi? So going down, she said unto him, Yea, Lord, I believe that thou art the anointed son of the Most High, which should come into the world. And when she said, she went her way and called Mary, her sister, secretly, saying, the master is come and called for thee. Right? So some people knew that the Lord was who he was. And most people, they denied him. Just like now, like the Lord's man and his spirit is being denied by guys that's on high that think that being of the Lord, you have to be famous and double honored. That's what they think. That's what they're pushing. You see? But that's not so. That's why when you're able to see through the spirit, you understand that guys that put themselves high in the wedding, They're not of the Lord. That's what you got to understand. The Lord lets you know key things to let you know where the Spirit is going to be in these times. He let you know that the Gospels is the key. And that's why if you put the Gospels first and you get down, pack Yahawashi, then everything else you'll be able to see more. But guys are blind, they're backwards. Now it says, and when he had said, and she went her way to Mary, her sister, secretly saying, the master is come and calleth thee. As soon as she heard it, she arose quickly and came unto him. Now Jesus, not yet into the town, but was in a place where Martha met. Jews were with her in the house, comforted her. When they saw Mary, rose up hastily, followed her, saying, she goeth unto the grave and weep. And then Mary was come where Yahawashi was, and saw them. And she fell down at her feet, saying unto him, Lord, if thou, it says, Salakia, it says, saying, follow her, saying, Salakia. And Yahawashi, and the Jews then was with her and comforted her. When they saw Mary, rose up hastily and went out and followed her, saying, she goeth into the grave to weep there. And when Mary was come, Yahawashi saw him, and Jesus was, and saw him, and she fell down at her feet, saying unto him, Lord, if thou hadst been here, my brother had not died. Then Yahawashi therefore saw her weeping, and the Jews were weeping, which came with her. And he groaned in the spirit and was troubled. And he said, why have ye laid him? And he said unto him, they said unto him, Lord, come and see. Yahawashi wept. So the Lord wept at this point, because he had heard that Lazarus was dead. So you got to understand the buildup for him weeping, man, being rejected, had to leave city to city. These are part of the things that led up to him weeping. You know, all the rejection. And then this is just one more icing on the cake. So it said, then said the Jews, behold, how he loved them. And some of them said, this could not be this man which opened the eyes of the blind. He have caused that this man should not have died. Therefore, again, groaning in himself, coming to the grave, it was a cave, and a stone lie upon it. And Yahawashi said, take away ye the stone. And Martha and the sister of him that was dead said unto him, Lord, by this time he stinketh, he had been dead 4 days. And Yahawashi said unto her, said I not unto thee that I would have, that if thou believe, thou shouldst see the glory of the power? Then they took away the stone from this place, and there was the dead laid. And Yahawashi lifted up his eyes and said, Father, thank thee that thou hast heard me. And I knew that thou hearest me always, but because of the people which standeth by, I said it, that they may believe that thou hast sent me. And when he thus had spoken, he cried with a loud voice, Lazarus, come forth. And when he was dead forth, bound hand and foot with grave clothes, his face was bound about with a napkin. And Yahawashi unto him, loose him and let him go. And many of the Jews which came to Mary had seen the things which Yahawashi did, believed on him. See, that's what it took. It took some of those acts, some certain things that you're going to be doing is going to make is going to make people believe, and that's what happened. The Lord did these acts, and certain people believe, and then certain people didn't. Now, John 11 and 46. But some of them went their ways to the Pharisees and told them what Yahawashi had done. Then gathered the chief priests and the Pharisees the council, and says, what do we? For this man doeth many miracles. If we let this man alone, all men, if we let this man alone, all men will believe on him, and the Romans shall come and take away our place and nation. You see that? So that's what these higher ups worried about. their place being taken or their channel being taken down. It's like guys now, they worry about their channel being taken down or this, that, and the third, because they're not in the spirit. They're of the world. They receive their consolation, so they're trying to keep that. Now it says, one of them named Caiaphas, being the high priest, the same year said unto them, ye knowing nothing at all. It says, neither it is expedient for us that one man shall die for the sins of the whole nation, and that the whole nation perish not. And it spake unto himself, being the high priest that year, he prophesied that Yahawashi should die for the nation. Just skipping down. See, he did that miracle to Lazarus. And they wanted him dead for that, man. They didn't like that. I'm going to jump over to John 12 real quick. Now, John 12, matter of fact, John 11 and 57. Check this out. Now, both of the chief priests and the Pharisees had given a commandment that if any man knew where he were, he should show it, that they might take him. Right, and that's what happened with Judas Iscariot. He fucking gave the Lord up because he knew where he was. You see? Let's read this. Okay, let me read this. So yeah, right after Judas Iscariot, which it tells you that he didn't care for the poor because he was a fucking thief. Let me get this point real quick. I just want to get this point. You got to understand what the Lord was going through. He wasn't being honored, man. He was constantly on the run. He constantly was doing miracles, but every time he did a miracle, they were on his back because the people sought to believe him. Now, I'm going to read this. John 12 and 6. And this he said that he cared for the people, but because he was a thief. Now, this is Judas Iscariot, which was talking to her, Mary, about the ointment of the spikenard was very, very costly. So this is what Yahawashi said unto him. He says, then said Yahawashi, let her alone. Against the day of my bury has she kept this. For the poor always ye have with you, but me ye have not always. So he didn't see the spiritual side. He was just seeing it as something that they can make money off of. Just like a lot of guys, they don't see the spiritual part about these scriptures. They just see it where they can make money and get fame. Now, verse 9. But what she was doing was an honorable thing. You see, she was anointing him before he gave his life up. And that's the greater love. You give your life up for this truth. Willing to lose your channel, your life, or whatever you have just for the Lord's sake. And that's what the Lord, he was going to lose his life. And that's the same attitude that we should have. But you understand that these guys that's teaching, they have the attitudes of the fucking scribes and Judas Iscariot. Just worried about money. Now, instead of the spiritual things, because guys are not in this for the spiritual things, because they're not of the spirit. Now, John 12 and 9, much of the Jews therefore knew that he was there, and they came not for Yahawashi's sake only, but they might see Lazarus also, whom he had raised from the dead. Now check this out. But the chief priests consulted that they might put Lazarus also to death. Whew. So they wanted to put the Lord to death and Lazarus to death. Verse 11, because that reason by him many of the Jews went away and believed on Yahawashi. You see that? So the scribes and the Pharisees, they were looking to put Yahawashi to death and the ones he healed. And that's the same thing today. So you got to understand what's happening is playing out again The ones that's of the Lord, they're bringing sight to many, but their life is on the line too. So Yahawashi doing those miracles, he wasn't honored or loved for those miracles that he did, man. He was on a run for his life. But Lord willing, that was edifying, man. I hit you brothers a little bit later. I'm on my lunch break, man. I get back in here. Hey, with that, hey, shalom.